Vandeham Sri Guru.
The following is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 21st of March, 1975, in Calcutta, India.
Is it possible on spiritual platform?
Yeah, that is the only platform where
But do you think that
Pandita Samadarshi Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasojati Nakankati Samas Sarveshu. That is after being Brahma Bhuta.
but are all religions following?
There is
So many sects.
according to I don't know why this is bad. Religion which is not on the Samovar, that is not religion. That is some mental concoction. The Samovar platform is described in the Bhagavad Gita as I quoted already. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. When one is spiritually realized, that is called Brahma Bhuta. And the symptom is Prasanna. So when one is Prasannatma, naturally he is on the Samovar platform. On the material platform, nobody is Prasannatma. Nobody.
But on the spiritual platform, everybody?
Yes. Spiritual platform means prasanna. That is the distinction. And the material platform means nobody is satisfied. A man, millionaire, he is also committing suicide.
But do you think that all men can stand on the spiritual platform?
All men can stand or not stand, that is a different question. The fact is this. Suppose if I say, unless you become a graduate, you cannot enter law college. This question does not arise that whether everyone will be graduate. But this is the condition. This is the condition. Anyone who fulfills this condition, he can be admitted.
Then what is the condition prescribed for standing on the spiritual platform?
This is the spiritual platform. Brahma Bhuta, Prasannatma, no Sochati, no Kankati, Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu, Madhvakti, Ravati, Param. This is unless you come to this platform, there is no question of Sama Sarveshu Bhuteshu or Samovar. Generally, they do not know it. They are talking of Samovar. They do not know what is the platform of Samovar. That is also further explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Nate vidu sartha gatim Vishnu. But Shastra, all Vedic literature, they are perfect. So people do not know what is the aim of life. Therefore they have got different views. Actually they are missing what is the aim of life. There is an English proverb, a man without aim, a sheep without rudder or something like that. So similarly, ask anybody what is the aim of life. He doesn't know. No clear idea.
Our aim of life should be the realization of God. Realization of God.
Yes. Because at the present moment, we are part and parcel Just like a son. He has got the symptoms of his father, but he does not know who is his father. He does not know who is his father. There is a Hindi proverb, बाप का बेटा, सिपाही का घोड़ा, कुछ नहीं तो थोड़ा थे. The son inherits the quality of the father, but if he does not know who is his father, then what is his position? That is going on. The scientist is trying to create something, but he does not know the Supreme Creator. Do you follow? Now, the scientists are trying to create living being in the laboratory. But he does not inquire who has already created so many millions of living entities. He is trying to create a living entity in the laboratory. Suppose he creates one living entity, then what credit is there for him? But he is spending lakhs and crores of rupees.
What should the scientist's role? What should the scientist's role?
Scientist's role, not only scientist, philosopher, politician, everyone should endeavor that where from we got these propensities, where is the origin. That is described in the Vedanta Sutra, Athata Brahma Jigyasa. I am a scientist, I am thinking of myself, very great man, but I do not think that who is that great scientist under whose order the sun, moon, the sea, ocean, everything is working very properly. I am thinking of that water is created by hydrogen, oxygen, but I do not inquire where from such huge quantity of hydrogen, oxygen came, so that there is big oceans and seas, water. That I don't inquire. I am so fully scientific. I am theorizing. I am theorizing that life has come from matter, chemical combination. But as soon as I ask that I give you the chemical, you create, then he says that I cannot. This is not. And our business is, we Krishna conscious, that we see that you scientists, you are trying to create a living being. But I glorify the Supreme who has already created millions and millions of people. I give you credit that I cannot give you credit unless you create, but still as you are thinking that you will be able in future, that's good. But what credit you will have? If I have got millions of rupees and if you create 10 rupees, then what is your credit? Even if you create, you cannot be. You will never be able to create life. That's a fact that we know. But even if you are able to create, then what credit do we get? Already there are millions and trillions of life. Why you are so proud that we are going to create in the laboratory life? Why this false prestige?
What is the idea behind the movement?
Behind the movement, that this is the idea that you try to understand the Supreme Being behind all everything. That is perfection. Idam nipumsas tapasas sutasya sishtasya suktasya chabuddha dattayo avichito artha kavidhi nirupita jag uttama sloka gunanugatana. Idam nipumsas tapasas sutasya. Everyone, big philosophers, scientists, they are engaged in tapasya and education. But they do not know what is the ultimate goal of this tapasya. The scientist is working very hard and he has discovered a nuclear bomb to kill.
What is the ultimate goal of tapasya?
Tapasya means that by his knowledge, suppose you are scientist, you prove by scientific way that here is the supreme scientist who has given us all this
Is it
knowledge.
possible to see the supreme
Yes.
with our own eyes?
Oh yes.
Is it possible?
Oh yes. Even if it is not possible, but you have to accept there is a supreme scientist. If you cannot see him, that is your disqualification. That is your disqualification. But you have to admit that there is a supreme scientist. If you say that hydrogen and oxygen mixed together makes water, that's all right. But who has created this big sea and ocean? Where from the hydrogen and oxygen can who supplies? That is intelligence. Simply theoretical, I know, but I cannot say who has created this big vast mass of water by mixing hydrogen. Where from such huge quantity of hydrogen and oxygen came? Our point of view that you scientists will say that hydrogen and oxygen creates water, and here we see that somebody has created, but not somebody we know is that body. How great he is. And that is all. If you want little credit by experimenting hydrogen and oxygen mixed together, then how much credit should be given who has created the vast Atlantic Ocean? Not only one, millions. Why don't you give credit?
You should give.
Yes. That is all.
But are you not giving credit?
No, nobody is giving. They are denying. Especially these so-called scientists, they deny the existence of God.
God is dead.
God is dead, there is no God. By science we shall do everything and this and all nonsense. And our proposition is that glorify that supreme scientist. Jad uttama sloko gunanuvanna.
And the supreme scientist is God.
Yes.
Supreme scientist.
It's God, yes.
God, or you can give another name or as you like. Anyway.
No, God or the supreme being. God means the supreme being in the dictionary. He's not like you, not like me.
God or Lord, you can.
Anywhere, he is supreme. We are not supreme. But this subordinate person, he wants to take the position of the supreme by manufacturing a drop of water in the level.
So what is the easiest way to see the supreme with their own eyes?
That you have to take advice from the supreme. The supreme says, if you want to know me, bhakta mam avijanati javan just. You have to take the way of the supreme. Simply by devotion and service, one can understand me, what I am actually is. You have to take this way. And that is Krishna consciousness. Moment we are teaching everyone the bhakti yogam so that one can understand the supreme and submit to him. Yes. Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma siddhya. When one understands by acquiring knowledge after many, many births, then he surrenders to Krishna. Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma. It is not a sentence, most scientific.
Is it possible for poverty-stricken people? Poverty-stricken people, those who have to earn bread and money by the sweat of their brow.
According to Shastra, poverty is no impediment for understanding God. Because we see practically that those who have great souls, they have voluntarily accepted poverty.
As per Putra, Putro.
Many, just like Vyasdev. There is no comparison of his literature. One cannot write one line like him. But he was living in a cottage. Chanakya Pandit, such a great politician, he was living in a cottage. He did not give any Rolls Royce car or something like that. Rather, this material opulence is impediment to understand God. So it is not that, I say, comparatively impediment, not that material opulence is also another check, no. Neither poverty is checked, nor material opulence is checked. Anyone can understand if he follows the principle or process.
Process as laid down in Gita. As laid down in Gita.
Yes, that is ABCD. Then you can go further. If you read Bhagavad Gita as it is, there is everything explained. Everything. All problems are solved. Any problem you propose, there is solution in the Bhagavad Gita. Now this poverty, as you raise this question, poverty. So, what is written there in the Bhagavad Gita? Annad bhavanti bhutani. This is instruction that we produce food grain. Now, suppose Calcutta is a big city. Who is producing food grain? Everyone is trying to purchase food grain. But who is thinking that where from the food grain will come? They see the foolishness of the people. You have to produce food grain, and there is ample facility. But throughout the whole world, there are hundreds and thousands of cities. Now who is producing food grain? The solution is there in the Bhagavad Gita. You say, Annad bhavanti bhutani. Krishna never said, by motor tire bhavanti bhutani. Bhavanti means flourish. Everyone is engaged in producing motor tire, car, and they are flattering the Arabians for petrol. The same energy, if it would have been engaged in producing food grain, then where is the poverty? The order carrier must be there, but they must carry order of the Brahman. Then it will be all right. The brain must be there, and the leg must be there. The leg must move by the dictation of the brain. Then it is perfect. It is not expected also that everyone will become Brahman. Therefore, Punakarma Vibhaga. Everyone has got his particular quality. So we have to utilize. What quality does he belong? But at the present moment, the difficulty is that they do not care that in the society there must be a class of brain Brahman. That they do not. They want everyone to become a Sudra, the communist type, worker. And therefore they are not being successful. The whole nation is worker and will give the brains.
The whole nation is a worker?
Yes, communist country. They want simply worker. But still they have to create manager. Why manager creating everyone? Let everyone become worker. A communist country also, although they say worker, but why they are creating manager?
Exploitation. Exploitation.
Whatever it may be, you are in need of manager. You are in need of manager. You cannot deny another class of man, a manager. So why not make the best manager, the Brahman, who is truthful, who is equal, Sattva, Sama, Dhamma, who is control of his senses, Sattva, Sama, Titikha, who is tolerant, These are the Brahminical qualifications. Satta, Sama, Dama, Tatikha, which simple, not hypocrite. Everyone is hypocrite. Then why there should not be a class which is not hypocrite? All politicians saying something in the mouth and doing something else because they are Sudra. So this is very scientific. How is not scientific? It is spoken by God. Chaturvarnamaya system, Gunakarma Vibhaga. Required. That it's like in this institution, I am Guru. And if everyone becomes Guru, then we will carry out the order of Guru. There must be disciples also. We will carry out the order of Guru. So it is not required, just like in your body. It is not that body is made of head only, but head is required. You cannot avoid head, neither you can avoid the leg. The Shudra required, the Brahman required, the Kshatriya required, and the Vaishya required. And the society should be very nicely managed. That what Krishna says, Chaturvarna. Why does he not say one Varna, Brahman? Naturally, there must be division because all men are not of the same quality. You cannot expect. So, whatever quality has God, utilize that. Anna Khanjan Nai. Janan, Anna Khanjan Nai. The one man is lame and one man is blind. So both are useless. So they combine together. The lame man was taken on the shoulder of the blind man. So the lame man has no leg but he has got eyes. He was directing, go this way. So both their business was perfect. Similarly, according to the quality of the work, there must be a class of men less intelligent. They cannot independently work. They must require a master. That is Shudra. And then the Vaishya, then the Kshatriya, and the upper man is Brahman. They should not be proud that I am Brahman. No. As you are required as much, the Shudra is also required. It is not that only the Brahmanas are required. This is a very scientific movement. The journalists have said it is not a bogus, sentimental thing. It is a very scientific movement. It is not so-called yogi and Swami and everything equal. Where is equality?
The Hare Krishna movement is a scientific movement.
Most scientific. Jatatan kaitantam mam, jatantashta dirabrata, namasantascha mam bhaktya, nitya yukta upasati.
Main uddeshya hocche to realize the Supreme.
Realize the Supreme, that is the first and foremost aim. But at the same time, to keep the whole human society in perfect happiness.
And at the same time?
To keep the whole human society in perfect happiness, according to the direction of God. Just like I told you, this Krishna says, Annad bhavanti bhutani. If you want to keep the living entities, both men and animals, you must arrange for their nice fooding. Who can deny this? But they are saying that poverty should be removed and we must acquire food for the suffering, starving. But what they are doing? They are manufacturing motor truck. These are slaves. There is no question of poverty. But first of all, we say they must leave. That is our proposal. What is the question of dharma? Annat bhavanti bhuta. Give everyone, this is our problem. Where is the actual attempt to give everyone sufficient food? Where is that attempt? And here in the Bhagavad Gita, it is plainly said, Annat bhavanti bhutani. If you want to keep happy the animals and the man, then produce food grain. Who is doing that? They simply passing resolution and raising funds and then eating the same at the cost of others. And therefore the price is increased. One who has got money, he can pay more price. Artificial. I am poor man, I have no money. You have got money, you purchase before me, then I start. But if there is sufficient supply of food grain, then this thing will not happen. You can distribute without any price. That was being done in India. Educated man means unemployment. Is it not? So-called education means creating unemployment. They go with application, give me some clerical posts and this post, that post, that post. If you don't take advice from Krishna, God, then you are a mura. So how will adjust things? He himself is a mura. Mura means rascal, ass. Therefore our conclusion is that anyone who is not Krishna conscious or God conscious is a mura. He does not do anything. He will not be able to do anything. Therefore this matter was entrusted to the Brahman to give direction. Brahmana means Brahma Janati iti Brahman. One who knows the Supreme is Brahman. And he takes advice and gives others direction. If you want to act as a lawyer, you must learn. You must have legal education. They do not know what is the meaning of life. Andha jathandhai rupa niyamana stepi satantra urudamni badhya. Another blind leader, so-called leader. He is blind himself, he does not know how to lead people. And the followers are also blind. So what will be the result? They are bound up. Suppose if I tightly wrap your eyes and all of them are done so, then how will you lead them?
Blind leaders and blind followers.
But they are controlled by the laws of material nature and they want to be happy independently. This is rascal. If I am controlling you and you want to become happy independently, how it is possible? You must get out of the control, first of all. Your eyes should be open. Then you can do something independently. But you are under my control fully. And I have wrapped up your eyes with a very thick layer of cloth. And then how you can become independent? What? That they do not know. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Daividhyesa gunamayi mama maya duratya. This maya, this energy is very, very strong. You cannot get out of it. Then, what is the way? Mami vaja prapaddante maya militantas. Therefore Krishna consciousness movement is so important. If one becomes Krishna conscious, then immediately he gets out of the control of Maya. That is the sign. Otherwise, if I remain a blind man, how can I lead others? The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore said, Janma sarthak kori, karo paropada. You are very busy doing good to others, but first of all, make your life perfect. And other you rascal, fool, blind, what you will do? So where is the training? Where the politicians are going to take training? How to become free from the wrapping, illusion. They are in illusion, in darkness. What they can do? Futile effort. Therefore all plans are good. So many Hitler, so many Gandhi, so many Churchill, they came and without being Krishna conscious, everyone is blind. Everyone is blind.
Without
being Krishna conscious, everyone is blind. And they are trying to lead other blind men. So what will be the result? All of them will fall down on the ditch.
And they are trying to lead others.
Blind men. Therefore this fact is summarized in the Bhagavad Gita in the words Namang duskitanam mudha prapadante naradhama maya aparitagyana asuri bhavamas. Because they have denied the existence of God. Therefore, they are blind and they are engaged in sinful activities without knowing what is going to happen next in his life. Therefore, mudha, rascal, and naradhama. Naradhama means lowest of the mankind, because in the human form of life, one could understand what is God, but he is misusing his intelligence for something else. Naradhama. But if you say they are educated, they have got so much education, why do you condemn them? Then the answer is maya aparita jnana. This so-called knowledge they have acquired, that means maya has made them more foolish. Bhaktivedanta Thakur says, Jaro vidya sam mayar boibhav. Jeevke kore gadha. He has said like that. The so-called advanced material education means the so-called educated man is becoming more an ass. Why? Anitya samsare moha janmaya. He is simply getting more attached to this material world where he will not be allowed to stay. This is his foolishness. Naturally, we are sitting in this room and if we say that I can have spare only 2 minutes, that will you be very much eager to decorate the room? So that warning is already there. Everyone knows that I will not be able to stay here. And they are making skyscraper buildings. How foolish they are. He knows that I will not be allowed to stay here. And he is busy whole life how to manufacture skyscraper. The same with God. If I say you cannot sit here more than 2 minutes, then will you be engaged how to decorate this room? In law, naturally, I am here for 2 minutes, I shall waste my time to decorate. They are doing that actually. Are they not foolish? Anitya samsare moha janmaya. Jeevke koroe gadha. Unnecessary attachment. Next life he may be not even a human being. The skyscraper building he is doing now with so great labor and enthusiasm. And next life he may be a cat or rat in that building. How can you stop it? In nature's law you will act. If you behave like cats and dogs, and you have attacked